All right. So last week we studied about introduction to research methodology, and this is some of the. So this is how you will be assessment. Nebe delivery project deliverability is 35%. Both terlalu nebe project deliverable side thank you halo. Tama ida nema saya determina ini nilai buat liu. E depois quiz ne 10%. Nebe quiz agora ita saya cada semana ita saya quiz. It all be done online with Zoom. You have a midterm of
Mhm,
about 20%, final exam 25, and the absence of 10%. All
mhm.
right. So any questions?
No,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay.
Note.
So course goal mane how no mana latuire or sida by watch video de dona nega. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you don't have to repeat this. I want to go back to the last topic that we were talking about. So basically, last meeting we studied about how can we develop a research question or how can we develop a hypothesis. So you start with step one of doing this is that you start with a topic. Yeah, you choose a topic, right? So for example, Hanoi naran topic we don't you think come to mind. Let's say I give an example here. Let's say your broad topic is sleep, exercise, social media, or diet, right? And the step two is you write a research question about it. And but when you write a research question about it, you need to make it specific. You need to focus on the clear population, for example, students, teenagers, or specific workers, and use what, how, does to make
What
it
else?
questions. Okay, and then you turn that into a hypothesis. Now, in hypothesis, you have to have a two hypotheses. One is you call a null hypothesis, and the other one is you call an alternative hypothesis. Okay, we already discussed this on our first class. Okay, but I want to give you an example. Okay, so for example,
Mhm,
ano sa ne? For example, if you have a topic, nabita ko lang ba hili topic kuno sleep. Okay,
mhm,
so,
mhm,
agora na hawa no rin imi unsama proseso itato sada bahiri ta halo pesquisa
mhm.
ita tem que ulo perguntas pesquisa niya. You need to know what so the purpose of doing research ya. Objektivo at halo pesquisa ida makane. Tani objektivo at halo pesquisa ida masaida? Anybody? What is the purpose of doing research? So, ito important.
Understand.
Okay, understand what?
Understand the issue. What
Understand,
we will. Mm-mm.
understand the issue, yes. What else? Nonya. What else? Why do we really do research? So essentially, the objective of doing research is in slide number one. Yeah. So definition of research is a systematic process. Research is process gathering information. You analyze the data and you generate knowledge. That's basically that's the definition of research. But the main objective of doing research is to solve problems. Okay. You want to make a discovery about new facts. Halo descobrimento ba facto phone. You want to
Yeah.
improve your understanding akar aumenta un conhecimento ba aspecto ko conceito ida or objetivo ida fala to support in decision making. Por exemplo, ita to ema to foti decisão ato halo bot ida ita tem que halo pesquisa para decisão na ita foti ne suporta kusi dados. For example, governo hakarak ato tao osang milhão tolo ba iha área educação niya. Então, tam saída, objetivo saída tem que milhão tolo, tam saída tem que milhão hat. O sana ita usa pa sa
Mhm,
ida, o sana se ajuda pa iyan be. Ida ne support in decision making, yeah? That's also all research can do all of this. So in the innovation, policy making, education, and advancements of technology. Okay, so
mhm.
those are the objective of doing research. But so before you do a research, you need to have research question. What question are you trying to answer? Yeah. Sebelum ita hala perguntas rumah atau hala pesquisa rumah, o tem que ir perguntas pesquisa niniang. Pergunta saída maka o koko atu responde. Okay?
Mm.
Parte da ne hawa kara kanoring imi o insama ka atu desenvolve perguntas pesquisa ida ne bediak. Homos o insama ka atu desenvolve hipotesis ida ne
Good
bediak.
morning, teacher.
Okay, good morning. Okay? So
Mhm,
basically, for example, ito hili topic ni sleep. Okay, sleep. Ano yan sa topic ni kan, for example, ay mo so hal pesquisa ko na sleep katoba. Ito na kan ladung specific ida lo salay.
Yeah.
Ha? So you need to have, so for example, you ask a question like this. So does sleep duration affect academic performance among first year student? Agora, não é que é específico também, e não é o foca especificamente para ir estudante ano primeiro. Olha, colher estudante, mas eu, bahiro hasite first year na date, okay, if you just remove this, okay, that is not specific enough. You're saying students, but which student? Estudante da NB. STKga, SDga, SMPga, SMAga, Universidadiga, NB. You're not making it specific. If you remove that, so if you put first years in university students, okay, so basically, who's pergunta sa nasa name? Does sleep duration affect academic performance among first year student? Kata Banjira ema niya oras toba, por ejemplo, ema estudiante da toba kalangi dane oras 5 date, balu kalangi dane toba oras nem, balu oras hat, balu oras itu, balu oras walu. Oni perguntas ne apakah serne duração toba ne afeta pa serne performance academic? Good morning. That's the question, yeah? That's the question. That's the research question. Okay, so you want to know, does the sleep duration affect academic performance of the first year student? Academic performance of who? Academic performance of the first year students. Okay. Jadi ini kan claro, lo salah. So, on objetivo atau halo, saya halo hatene apakah duração toba kalang niya ni afeta pa performance estudante niya. Okay. Então, olha as perguntas pesquisa ne claro na. Agora, então eu tenho que desenvolver hipóteses ida. E a hipótese ne é rua, ida ita bolo nara null hypothesis. Okay, ida ita bolo nara null hypothesis, nema representa o símbolo H with the subscript of 0 over here. So that's a null hypothesis. And you have an alternative hypothesis, H with 1. Now, what is null hypothesis and what is... So basically, yeah, ita focus yan na ba? Yan nene ita niya variable na ita karaka to observe masayda. Sleep duration, yeah, sleep duration hotan. Sada, hotan academic performance. Right? Let me just use different color. I want to make it. So what we want to observe is sleep duration and academic performance. Nito ne variable ruwa na ita karaka to estuda. No sada? Now, ito niya null hypothesis ne by buying explica katak laia relação entre buat rua ne katak por exemplo bahira ita kolia ita desenvolve null hypothesis katak sleep duration nene no affect by academic performance ida ne ita buludarang a null hypothesis sekarik maka ita niya null hypothesis ne maka iha affect ba iha academic performance yes affect. Therefore, this is as a alternative hypothesis. Okay, comprende ya, Tohene?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so idane itania sleep ne mane. Okay, idane example idane be por exemplo ane imini hypothesis HO ne hene ita kere claro hene diang kata sleep duration has no effect, no effect. This is a very clear, yeah? Has no effect. Sleep duration has no effect on academic performance. Ne itane null hypothesis ne makita ne. Itane alternative hypothesis ne diang kata longer sleep duration improves academic performance. Okay? Jadi bele comprende to null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis. Okay? So, see, you start with the simple broad topic. Ita hahu topic ko nebe luang ito. Ita hahu topic simple sida. Sleep, ita kule kono ba sleep. Ita husu perguntas, e depois ita desenvolve a hypothesis. Before you do pesquisa hoto nebe o halo, you don't think halo ulo. You have to have research questions and you have to have hypotheses. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, let's let's do another example. So for example, we talk about the topic of social media, for example, yeah. For example, ito niya topic ko broad ito niya maka, let's say we talk about social media. All right? So
Yeah.
So for example, we ask this question like this. Does daily Instagram use influence self-esteem among teenagers? Okay? Ini dia, tetong karik dia. Apakah usa agora? The first question is, does this research question is specific enough? Specific enough. Focus make it specific. Yeah. Ini kan kita kuliah sana fokus bayan ebe teenagers. Teenagers ni babang idare husi hira bahira. Teen. Ini kan teen ya. Berarti 11, 12, 13 to 19.
219.
Yeah, 13 to 19. Yeah. So teenagers. Okay, berarti kau fokus by teenagers, yeah. You're not focusing on
Yeah.
a okay. But what do you want to see? You want to see daily Instagram use ni influence by self-esteem. Yeah, Instagram's use influence on self-esteem. Self-esteem niya sarap. Kepercayaan diri. Okay, for example, dalam rumah karik ema uja de mais Instagram, bos kala, sira hari ema
Yeah.
foto, ema tahu foto sira gaya-gaya, hatai ropa dia, depois sira lahane sana kan sira sir Sintian yang kata, uy, hamus hakarakan sana ba, maybe how niya sasan la iha no, how be firan la iha tam how lane sana ba. Okay. So,
Yeah.
for example, your goal here is you want to. So, for example, that's your research question. Does daily Instagram use influence self-esteem? Okay. Oh, kita diyan sa ito niya null hypothesis niya kata. Kung si Instagram yung daily Instagram use niya sa no effect, no ta. Ito
Yeah.
na
No effect.
alternative hypothesis niya sa yes effect. Lower self-esteem. Yes, lower self-esteem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nebe, exemplo da tang mane, but I think you understand it. So agora hawakarak halo, class na hawakarak exercício, and I want everybody to work on this. Hawakarak imi foti minha lapiseira hobe suratahan balu. Hawakarak imi desenvolve research question, and then I want you to develop hypothesis, both null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis, okay? And from this topic, husi topic ida ne. Narang hili tópico saida nebe imi turi mini hanoing iha. I want you to develop one, the research question, two, hypothesis. In hypothesis ni imi think iha null hypothesis, hotang iha alternative hypothesis. I will give you about 10 minutes to think about this, and then I'll ask each 10 minitan sa name. Depois hamay sila fale husu ida at hatete mai. Husi tópico ida nebe imi hili agora nene. Imini research question saida, imini null hypothesis saida, hotang alternative hypothesis na saida. Okay, so 10 minutes starts now. So now we are going to look at one by one on how your topic and your listening, your research question are formulated. Let's see if we can improve this. Okay. Now, if you look at the Gilberta's topic, she says music listening habit. Okay. Earlier I said when you want to develop this kind of stuff, what is the when you write a research question, you need to do what? Make it.
Choose a topic.
No, yeah, choose a topic already done. But when you write a research question, what is the important guideline that you need to follow? Make it what? Make it specific.
Yeah.
You need to
and
focus
learn
on
something new.
clear population. And beside the example, yeah, make it specific and focus on clear population. This is very important, yeah. So you need to have a clear variable. Now, if you think about Gilberto in the topic, does listening to music and study help students? Now, is this specific enough? Yes or no? Michelle, selain Gilberta. Do you mean Hanoi then is specific enough na lain?
Noted.
Why?
Because not determine
Because no effect, teacher.
No effect. You mean
No
relationship
effect.
between variables? Okay, so
no
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 relationship
age
between
no
variables. Relationship between variables. Okay, what else? No what? Tina Pires, what did you say earlier? No,
no target uh, for all.
no specific
Tina.
group of population. No specific group of population. You mean?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think, yeah, Gilberta, you see here, agora Onia Collier, does listening to music and study help students? Now the question becomes, help how? Ajuda o insa? Estudiante who? That's not clear enough. Not very specific enough. Yeah. So we need to establish a relationship between variables. Agora, o ito niya variable yan masayda. Listening to music. Nasalay?
Yeah.
You're listening
Yes,
to music. That's listening to music, and then your another is helping student.
yes.
Wait, I
Yeah.
don't understand. Listening to music and studying. Can you clarify, please, Gilberta? What you mean? Listening to music and study. Maksudnya isa? Oh, maksudnya student sambil main musik nih kan?
Team, teacher.
Ah, okay. So, so I think we need to phrase this better. Sa inyo may microphone lang ulit takalay first of all. You need to phrase it better, yeah? You need to put it in a better phrasing. So, does listening to music just listening to music. Okay, hold on. So maybe we need to paraphrase this a little bit better. Let's make it a bit better, yeah? Okay. How do we make this better? Okay, so let's say Gilberta, yeah? Ninia research question. Does listening to music while studying improves focus? Okay, does listening to music while studying improve focus? Does it improve focus on learning mathematics for first year university student? Now this is clear, yeah? Logically. Now,
No, teacher.
we just improve it. Jadi ang kata, does listening to music, bahira o orona music sambil o estudante amento o improve o focus ba aprende matematika lain. Ba estudante primero ano. También hene o focus ba materia sa ida, estuda sa ida. Help how? Help focusing on learning what? Learning mathematics to what? To first year university student. Agree? Comprende? Comprende? Ale?
Comprende.
Yeah.
Nebe.
Comprende.
Okay, so Gilberto, so this will be your topic, yeah. So Gilberto, on the topic ko naman on your research question that you want to answer is this, and then your hypothesis, null hypothesis is what? Gilberto, favor ta con el micrófono lai. Barulilos. On a null hypothesis, how do you think we should frame this null hypothesis better? I think we should do it like listening to music while studying has no effect on has no effect on learning math. Okay. Listening to music while studying has no effect on learning math. That's your alternative hypothesis says listening to music while studying math helps, continue na ya, helps to improve understanding complex concept. Improve focus, let's say. Okay. So listening to music while studying improves focus. All right, Neve, let's type it up. I think let's type it up. Kita ketik dia parita. Halo the nene yeah, much better, yeah. Let's say student selected topic, okay? Sini ini pesquisa, ini apa? Pesquisa ni halo kono beda na itu ya. Okay. Kita oi ha ho Gilberta ni ya. Gilberta Suarez. Your topic was topic ko yung Gilberta?
Music listening habits.
Okay, music listening habits. I think we need to improve it better. Music listening habits. So if that's your topic, your research question is, I think we should improve this better. Your research question is, does music listening habit, I think it's much better. Does habits, okay, does listening to music, does listening to music, I don't know, let me think about this real quick, yeah? I want to realize it, yeah, Clay. Listening to music habits.
Does listening to music while studying
Yeah.
improve focus on learning mathematics?
Yeah. Thank you.
For first year university students.
Yeah, I was right, but I'm not really sure because the topic is not really
Mhm.
okay, maybe let's do this like this. Does listening to music while studying affect academic performance of of university student. I think this was much better, yeah. Does listening to music affect while studying, yeah? Affect, yeah, I think it's much better. Tambay doon ta kerek siya nene, it's a bit not relatable. Ita kuliah focus li falte ba iha mathematics, but how do you evaluate that? So I think I prefer this one much better. Does listening to music while studying affect? So you have a direct causal relationship. Listening to music, that's your while studying. That is your variable, and academic performance is your another variable. Okay, so you can also develop your null hypothesis like this, right? So null hypothesis becomes what? Listening to music. Let's develop first alternative hypothesis. Listening to music while studying has a positive effect on what? On self-reported academic performance. That's clear. Okay, self-reported. Emma, they will report themselves. Academic performance. Okay, so if we were to do this in a null hypothesis, listening to music while studying has a poses negative effect poses negative effect on what? Hold on, let me think. Poses negative effect on academic performance? Or maybe let's say listening to music while studying has no effect on academic performance. Yeah, I think better. Has no effect on academic performance. Okay, I think this is much better. Okay, now let's look at the one from Constantina about online shopping. So she says that her topic is online shopping, how to facilitate online shopping. Can you elaborate, please, Constantina?
How to facilitate online shopping for the worker that is useful?
Facilitating, yeah. So what? So you're
Uh,
saying how can you facilitate
uh,
online shopping to workers?
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what is your variable here? Variable masayda. So ito niya ito hakarak buka dalang isa ato facilita online shopping, right? That's very big. Dalang sayda. What? How are you going to do it? Give me an example. Like unsa ito like ito na concept niyo isa. What is your concept? Like konsepto ita to sa imagine si ita to implementa ya pesquisa na kare kita halawin sa.
Unsa mag online shopping ni bele facilitas masira serviço ne bele halo bele
Oh, okay.
belanja bele
Okay, so basically when sama ka online shopping ne bele ajuda ema sir sibuk no segura.
yes.
That's what you mean?
Online shop sama online shopping ni bele facilita ya bele ajuda masira serviço ne la bele suet labela dampak be bahir belanja nih labela dampak by servisu.
Okay. Okay.
Itu.
Wait,
Iya,
wait, wait.
Pons.
Labele, maksudnya, so, unitanya premisnya kata ita ba belanja haladet ni dampak ba servisu lo segala, tama ita gasta
Iya,
tempo para kliwa belanja.
iya,
Anta presenza online shopping nene haminus dia dampak ita tambah gasta tempo
iya,
para kliwa belanja. Is that what you mean?
iya, iya.
Okay, I think it's much better to frame it like this, yeah. I think it's much better to frame it in a like this. Okay, so let's say ito niya framing niya may tamuray tuan te fali. All right.
Iya, belo, iya, iya.
So let's do it like this. So all right. So your topic was online shopping. Okay, so I think we just have to. All right. So let's suppose let's frame it like this.
Mhm.
Does
Oh,
online shopping help busy
oh, yes.
professionals
Okay.
save time
Okay, okay.
compare
Mhm.
to in-store shopping? I think it's much better framing, ya. Nih kata, apakah sasang online nene será ladung gasta tempo barakliu compara ho sasang iha loza.
Iya, loza direita, ya.
Apakah idane bele ajuda ema ser servisu serne kalai?
Ya,
Or maybe I have a bunch of different questions I can think of for this. So for example, RQ, let's say RQ2 money, RQ1. This is question one, this is question two. Okay, research question can be many, yeah. So maybe
ya,
maybe we can also say does shopping online
ya.
improve financial management
Ah, yes.
among busy professionals?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think so agora kan busy professional now is still not unique enough, yeah. Idanela dung agora ita thinking you need to think about what busy professionals ita thinking specific ito busy professionals profession ina nebe matil tapot ita ni ano ini busy nos no ita ne siya ajuda. Ufisam sa ida. It has to be specific.
Pegawai negeri sih, funsionario público.
Agora ita thinking for tama sa ida funcionário público ne siya sibuk los.
Okay.
Okay? Agora sa ita dihang agora kan ita ni objektibo ne katak apakah online shopping ne ajuda ema funcionário público siya ne ladung gasta tempo barak tambah siya sibuk. Compara o siya faso sasang iyan na ba? Lo salay? Nah, agora então berarti sebenarnya ita kuliah na sana então ita niya premise na beta diang kata funcionário público sana memang sibuk duni. Sibuk terlalu tempo atau sasang lah ya. Losto?
Ya,
Nah,
ya,
but ita ni proof ne ida neme apakah ida ne loss? Asa berjaya
ya,
mana experience ne ida ne loss?
ya.
Give me an example. Ejemplo. Funcionário público serviço saída maka sibuk los tempo atau sa belanja lah ya.
Ejemplo tama jam 8, meu dia kan orasi dade. Ya, bafali ya uma hara serviço mania na jura bacerna outra depois horas tama bafila fali serviço. Sai tukulima mai fali to ya uma.
Oh, ako então be la os busy professional então it mana fokus ba ya oras serbisyo niyan.
Oh, oke. Iya, oke. Iya, iya, los. Oras servisu.
Lalo?
Oras servisu lato, oras servisu lato.
Oke, antang oras serbisyo malato.
Oke. Tambah tambah dadersan lauza sidok loke.
Oke.
Sidok loke. Oras be baone servisu. Pues oras meudien yan, maifali ya uma. Ya loza loke maybe las empat. Tasang orasne oras lato.
Okay,
Maitia
Antong,
uma
I think it's better we just do it like this. Okay, let's just reframing it in a way that is more efficient. Okay, so let's say it like this. Um, okay, is
Das.
online shopping associated with more efficient time management during
Ah,
working hours? Yeah, I think this is better.
yes.
Artinya
Yes,
kan,
perfect.
apakah online shopping nene belefo ang management do tempo nebe eficiente liu ba emasar nebe serviço e a hora serviço niya larang gitu.
Ah, perfect, Miss. Las,
Okay?
betul. Yeah.
Right. So our null hypothesis is how do we best framing null hypothesis? Let's say online shopping does not improve workers' time management. Okay? So let's say online shopping does not improve workers' time management. And then ito niya alternative hypothesis maka sira. During time management during working hours, yeah. All right, so ito niya alternative hypothesis ni sira. Workers who use online shopping manage their working hours more efficiently than those who rely on in-store shopping. Okay. All right. I think this is good enough.
Mm.
So you're
Yeah.
talking about online shopping is your variables and then efficient time management during working hours is your another variable. Okay.
Amen.
Time management. Okay, so I think it's time management during working hours,
During working.
and then your efficiency is your operating words. So basically, like this, more efficient time management. Okay. All right. So the next one is who's Janina Suarez. So drinking water. Okay. Topic is drinking water. Yeah. So Janina's drinking water is what? Does drinking water good for our health? All right, Janina, are you still with us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so does drinking water good for our health?
Sure.
Is this specific enough or no? Is this specific enough? I think let's frame it a little bit better, yeah? I think we should do it like this. Uh, drinking water. Baseia babe. Recomendação saúde nene ema humano né lorong ina tem que remo behira. Você mantém? Or maybe like this. Is there a relationship between daily intake, daily water intake and overall health status? Is this, do you think, ibi ano ina na specific enough kala?
Yeah. Is there a relationship?
Apakah maksudnya ita kata kuliah kata apakah hemu be lorong niya ne afeta ba iha Saudi en generalmente ba eman generalmente kala?
Yes.
Or maybe I think general overall health ne health saja apakah ninya body weight mass index ga apakah ninya ulung moras ga apakah oing halai ga fatigue ga winsa because ito kuliah ko ba overall health status date ito nemo say very buang hela not very specific, right? So okay, I think ita kuliah ita focus ba ya university student. Okay, so let's say does daily water intake
Mhm.
does water intake influence the level of fatigue experienced by university student? Okay, so let's say like this. Does daily intake of
Water.
okay, does daily intake of water does daily water intake influence the level of fatigue experienced by amongst university students?
Mhm.
Okay. Is this specific enough, Galang?
Yes.
Daily intake of water. Daily intake, how much? For example, yeah?
500.
Maybe we can do this. Okay, so does drinking at least 2 liters of water 2 liters, kata minimum 2 liters of water per
At
day.
least. Okay.
Per day, reduce
Self-rep.
okay, levels among university students. Okay, I think this is more specific. Apakah dia sana? Apakah kira does drinking at least 2 liters per day, reduces self-reported fatigue levels among university students? Okay, I think this is better.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Undergraduate student who take the students who are provided for lower fatigue. Okay. So we say undergraduate students. Okay. Null hypothesis is there is no a significant difference, okay, in fatigue levels between undergraduate students who drink at least 2 water a day, 2 liters of water per day, and those who drink less. Okay. Now, alternative hypothesis will be. Let's think about this. Undergraduate students who drinks at least 2 liters of water per day report significantly lower fatigue levels compared to those who drink less. Okay, I think this is good enough, no? All right, Jonina, you understand, yeah?
Yes, teacher.
Comprende? So that's drinking water. Artinya kata sekarik ema ida, maka lorong ida ni hemu bot be barak li 2 liter nene. Nia bele apakah nia bele reduce apakah nia bele hatung ni ulung mor dalur maka ema dia ema kon hemu be ituane ha minus ni nia be. Sudah fatigue sa oing ulung mora sa sampai sekolah karik ulung moras lalais de ta sana sanelo sala. Agora one perguntas
Yeah.
ne apakah ema nebe hemu be barak li 2 liter nene senti ana sane comparo ema nebe hemu be less kurang dari 2 liter. Comprende ta?
Yeah.
Comprehensive.
Okay, so drinking today's water and then fatigue levels. All right, so let's do for Senior Fali. Now we are doing for Nonia, right?
Yes, teacher.
Nonia Viegas. Am I correctly spell your name? Only Naranya spelling law selta.
Yes, teacher.
All right, on a topic going certain.
How
Part-time
do
jobs, yeah. Okay,
same
can you
teacher?
read it for me, please?
How do part-time jobs affect students' academic performance? How
Okay.
do teacher?
How does part-time jobs affect students' academic performance? Let's make it, how does part-time job academic academic performance of sama ya harus itu JSU mo si estudiante na servicio sa escola na barak Rosale
Yes.
of JSU students. I think this is more specific, yeah. So you focus on JSU only. How does part-time job affect academic performance? I think this is good. Oh, okay. What about your null hypothesis, Nonia?
Part-time jobs have no effect on these
Yes, you student.
students.
And the alternative hypothesis will be?
Part-time jobs improve or affect academic
Improve. No.
performance.
Have no
These
effect.
should
Part-time jobs has negative effect on academic performance of JSU students. Okay, I think this is good. I like this. Okay, so you're basically evaluating part-time jobs and academic performance, the jury, and then your null hypothesis is this. All right, good. Okay, nebe agora iminia class topic nebe iminia pesquisa, okay? Nebe ia class ida nenia laran tomak ya. Jadi cada estudante ida imi ia topik hotona, lo salah. Jadi ia semester ida nenia laran, imi se desenvolve halo pesquisa onde responde para perguntas serane. Ok? Então se aprende, por si to exame final, imi se apresenta resultado se pesquisa ida ne refere agora da kita halo ne. Ok? Nebe ohing hakulia kona ba katak imi nia be deliverable ne. Ya 35% lo segala. Nebe setiap kali project ne. Atu hatama sa atu completa pesquisa ida ne. Imi tem que hatama resultado pesquisa nebe awala. Etapa por etapa ya. Nebe cada ema ida ni nia topik ne mane. Nebe orsida sema bele akara kasai foto ka screenshot par hari nia topiku. Ne ya. So Joanina Suarez niya kolya ko na ba music listening habits. Constantina Pires niya kolya ko na ba online shopping. Gilberta Suarez. Sorry, Gilberta Suarez ni music listening habits. Constantina Pires ni online shopping. Joanina Suarez ni kolya ko na ba drinking water. And Nonya Viegas ni kolya ko na ba part-time jobs. Yeah? Comprende na eh? Losa na eh?
Ya, comprende.
Okay, so iminia topic loso na, iminia topic ita tahu loso na, claro na. Agora ita continua ita niya materia. Ita say 30 minutes. I can finish that in 30 minutes. Okay. Now, agora loso na, depois dito ni tiga. Alright, jadi ida ni topic ato des pesquisa ihaw na ya. Nebe orsida iminia midterm, how iminia be final exam ne haturu orsida imisi hala apresentação ba escola toma ya, ya campus toma ya. Ne JSU ne larang e depois imi apresenta imi resultado pesquisa. Alright, agora ita continua ita ni matéria. Agora, agora ita mi aprende na imi hatene no unsama ka imi hatene na saída mak research. O exame tama saída mahalo research na importante imi hatene no unsama ka desenvolve research questions so segala. O exame ka tu desenvolve hypothesis serni imi hatene na. Agora imi atma halo pesquisa na. Mas bem halo pesquisa ne baseia ba ya tipo oi ya. Ya tipo pesquisa ne kole kona baseia ba purpose, based on purpose. Pesquisamos baseia ba method. Pesquisamos baseia ba time dimension, based on investigation and based on data sources. Agora ita se evalua ida por ida, pesquisa cernene saída, based on purpose mas saída, based on method mas saída, based on time dimension mas saída, based on investigation mas saída, based on data sources ne mas saída. Okay, agora ita hulo ko estuda ko na ba based on purpose, ya. Bahira ita kuliah ko na ba study based on purpose, artinya bahira ita pesquisa ne ita hal pesquisa baseia ba ita ni objetivo purpose ida, asa ita ni objetivo. Nem fiber rua, ida ita bol naran basic research, ya pure research. Ida fala ita kuliah ko na ba applied research, ya. Objetivo si base research ni katak ita atu hamosu jen halo produce pengetahuan yang baru ou teoria nebe form. Ida ne pesquisa nebe básico puro. pesquisa puro né, tu produz conhecimento fom. Por exemplo, hanesang exemplo conhecimento fom né, sai da. Por exemplo, agora da daw né, sai agora da daw né, ita dihan katak be nakali ne ita no ita tu listrik ba be nakali ne iha 100 derajat. Por exemplo, ita dia oh lah iya be nakali ne turlos lah 100 derajat may be iha 112 derajat. Contohnya, ida ne kan conhecimento ne be phone ya, conhecimento ne be sidak hatene. Iha selama ya historia humano ninia ne conhecimento ne sidak hatene omak foi hatete be emane. Ya, nebe famoso ida nebe teoria phone, por exemplo, a teoria evolução. Evolution, Darwin's theory of evolution, okay? For example, Darwin's, Darwin's theory of evolution, okay? For example, Newton's law of motion, okay? Or for example, how ciencias naturais vai ko atenet mabe teoria ciencias naturais. So ciências larung hatena larung familiar. Or macroeconomic theory for example, or theory ida kona ba saida. Ida ne bahira mi halo pesquisa kono ba ida ne ita bolunaram pure research ka basic research ya. No, niña focus ba pesquisa nene understanding why things happen. Okay? Ida ne o akara ka tu comprende tama saída mas buat ida acontece. Okay? Ida nene o pesquisa da nene o la usa tu halo para tu resolve problema ruma. Mas be o halo pesquisa ne para tu comprende tamba saída mas buat ida acontece. Ou por exemplo, eu uso perguntas né. Tamba saída maroma cria ema. Okay, why things happen. Or tamba saída ma ita tenki hang etu. Okay, ano uso hatang perguntas ida ne pure research ya. Ano ida ne kono ba tempo kono pesquisa ne long term ya. Ne tempo ne naro hanto 10, 20, 30 tahun. Dalam rumah o gastate 20 tahun mas ni usa ne la ihara. Okay? Ida fali applied research, pesquisa aplicado. Pesquisa nebe o usa o halo e depois o aplica diretamente. No, ya nene ita kuliah quando a tu resolve problema nebe praticar. Problema nebe real. Por exemplo, iha suku ida be la iha atu hemo o be marang atu haris la iha. Ene problema ida. Anta o tem que halo pesquisa para o ensar maka o atu resolve problema ne. Ida ne hola parte ba ita bolunara saida. Applied research.
Research.
Apply research.
Okay? Ida nene ita fokus ne ba nebe ita usa conhecimento nebe agora em hatene tenam existing theories ita usa conhecimento da teoria ga técnico nebe em hatene teonam no conhecimento nebe ita hatene teona no aplica ba solução ida no for solução ba problema específico ida. Ida ne applied research. No babay tempo nebe usa ne short to medium term daruma tinang ida daruma tinang rua tempo para que tu lo sabe? No, por
Okay,
exemplo,
yeah.
ita hakara ka tu desenvolve clean sa rinso fong ida ho di fasiro pa dia klitan. Contoh. Okay? Rinso kan emang usa tena mabe takar hal dia klitan. Contoh ni dane. Okay, ida nene ita bolu narang applied research. No ninia ya mahong ni okos ni ita bolu narang research based on purpose. Alright? Ya perguntas rumah ini?
Comprende.
Any questions? All right. Next. Agora ita kule fali ko na ba research based on method. Pesquisa baseada em metodologia. Ok? Agora, para ita kule ko na pesquisa baseada em metodologia ne fahe ba ia quase ia geralmente ia dua pesquisa quantitativo ou pesquisa qualitativo ou da ruma mo sira combinação entre quantitativo e qualitativo. Ida nem ita bolunara mix method. Ok? Sai Bahira ita halo pesquisa quantitativo ita ne fokus ne pesquisa ne be ita halo ne fokus ba variável ne be obele sukat numerical data obele sukat or sura or conta obele sukat usa instrumento balu ou obele conta rase konean e depois o halo análise estatística ba idane objetivo ba iha quantitative research ne mak o ato halo teste ba one hipótesis ne be iha o hakarak buka patterns ka iha Apakah ia buat organisasi rumah ia tópico nebe ita halo? No, ita cara
Mhm.
estabelece relação entre variável. Anessa wahi mi balu ni pesquisa com a relação entre variável. Artinya ini kan variável lema part-time jobs ho academic performance los galai. Ini hakara estabelece apakah iha relação entre variável ruane kala iha. Oke.
Mhm.
Oke, dan ini quantitative research. Nini strength ini that's
Mhm.
objective, measurable, and generalized. Por exemplo, ini akar hatene, ini survei ema 200 orang, atau hatene apakah be horas topane ya korelasi entre certain nilai, GPA, por exemplo.
Mhm.
Ne buat nebe imi bele surah ya. Ne kuantitatif ne buat nebe o bele surah no buat nebe ola bele o bele sukat. Por exemplo, ada saida foto ka variabel ida nebe imi bele surat no sukat masera. Exemplo ida. Por exemplo, usto be kor mia meta muting ne bele surat ka surah ka sukat kalai.
Labele.
Labele. Berarti ida ne kuantitatif ka laos.
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 Laos ida. Oke, exemplo ida tam. Por exemplo, Ema gosta team Portugal, Balo gosta team Portugal, Balo gosta team Jerman. Ini kualitatif ke kuantitatif? Preferensia ba?
Quantitative.
No.
Quantitative.
Qualitative.
Qualitative, that's not quantitative. Preferência. Por exemplo, how prefere Leo a tu vota ba Fretelin do que a vota ba CNRT. Ne kan preferência, political preferência. Ne qualitatif. Ola bele suka tidak. Por exemplo, ema ida ninya as tinggi barang. Tinggi barang ni tatene winsa. Sukat, los galay. Itu usa máquina
Yeah.
ida masukat. Berarti ida ne
Yeah.
kuantitativo. Por exemplo, ema ida ne tinang ida tinang 20 tahun, 40 tahun, 30 tahun. Ida ne osura. Ni Mores fevereiro tanggal 11 antau 2024, antau fevereiro 11 2025 ni halo tinang ida. Tinang ida, tinang dua, tinang tolu, tinang hat. Ni tebel surah, sukat. Los galay. Berarti ida ne kuantitatif. Oke, nebe kuantitatif ne maka buat ida nebe variabel nebe obele sura no sukat. Kualitatif ne maka buat ida nebe ola bele sura no sukat. Usa instrumento ida ga usa onia ola bele sura o ola bele sukat usa instrumento ida. Exemplo ida ta maka hanesa ansa ida. Kolia kona ba, por exemplo, oba ita ba halo survey ida be estudantes de siunia, por exemplo, mas escola de siunia ita vota ranking top, satisfaz ga lat satisfaz. Agora, satisfaz ou satisfaz né qualitatif ga quantitatif?
Quantitative.
No, los quantitative, Tina Pires.
Quali-
Las qualitative. Ola bele sukat.
Okay.
Ema ida gosta ka la gosta ne ola bele surat. Ola bele sukat o tuju sukat saida. Uju saida ma sukat ema ida gosta ka la gosta. Ita bele me sukat ida ne.
Okay.
Ita la bele
Mhm.
sukat ida lo sala. Osa bele ranking net kata ko niya suka niya gosta ne da rumah to 10 ke 9, ranking 1 to 10 maybe ola bele o ranking date. Maybe ida ne la os variable nebe implicitmente o tem que sukat o sukat o lor instrumento me sukat la bele tam ola ia la instrumento ida me bele sukat emaninha hanno e perasan los gale emaninha gosta ola bele lor instrumento ida me surat los gale também da ne makida ne te bol qualitatif nebe hanesa ngoto ya qualitative research ne ida ne pesquisa baseia ba purpose a method ya. E mix method ne combinação entre qualitative e quantitative. Ne banheira onde variável ne bio estuda ne é variável quantitative mos iha, variável qualitative mos iha. Compreende? E perguntas?
Yeah.
Ok, ida fali baseia ba time dimension, baseia ba tempo, ya. Por exemplo, iha time dimension ne fai barua, ita bolunaran cross sectional research, ida fali ita bolunaran longitudinal research. Okay, cross-sectional research research where data is collected at single point. Pangira o 40 dados ne ia tempo ida det. Por exemplo, o 40 dados ne ia fulang fevereiro ne laran det. Ida ne one single point in time. O dalam rumah o 40 dados ne ia 1 jam ne laran. O 40 dados ne ia 1 year ne laran, 1 tahun ne laran. Olah 40, por exemplo, ya 1 year kan, o 40 kan, 40 2014 date, 2015, 16, 2013 ni olah 40 do, fokus men 2014 date. Se Februari kan, o 40 Februari kan, Februari los date, olah fokus Janeiro, Março, ne olah fokus ida. Oras kan, o fokus ya oras ida ni laran date. Oras ida sebelum, oras ida antes ni olah sibuk ida. Ida ne ni objektivo para tu foto sa snapshot, ida sa quick snapshot of the event. Ida ne tabolo nara seda cross
Not
sectional research.
Cross-sectional research.
Agora, longitudinal research ne colhe com a período ida. Por exemplo, ita colhe com a husi tinang ida ne larang colhe com a janeiro, January, February, to December, lo salah. O da rumah ita colhe com a husi 2001, 2002, to 2025.
2025.
Contoh. Oh, por exemplo, ita estuda com a por exemplo, sada 1 detik, 1 second, 2 seconds, to let's say
60.
3,000 seconds, for example. Ito kan baseya ba longitude, ito na ita naran longitudinal
Longitudinal.
research where data is collected
Longitudinal.
over an extended period, weeks, months, years. Okay? All right? Nebe niya kelebihan nene identify causal and effect relationship entre variables ira iha tempo naruk nelarang ya. Por exemplo, hanesa ema be sada imi akar hari ema hemu be vaksin COVID ni nene and desde nisim vaksin to agora nene apakah iha perubahan rumah iha ninia
Isi. Saudi.
isi ya Saudi zara nekan baseia ba tempo. That's what you call a longitudinal research, yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
All right. Idane research based on time dimension. Yeah, that's research based on time dimension. Yeah, definitely research based on nature of the investigation. Apakah descriptive research ka, analytical explanatory ka, apakah idane experimental research. Okay? Pahira ita kole kono ba descriptive research ne pesquisa idane be o halo ato descrevere situação. Por exemplo, nessa né. O cara kalau pesquisa apakah foi demonstração em Timor nene o tu descreve de demonstração ni lalau kene o insa kata oh tu ni anu demonstração ne lau dia kret balo fali tu ni anu demonstração ne lau barulho ituang ia be estraga propriedade balo etc etc ida ne kan o observa no o halo descreve saída maka observa compreende.
Ya.
Ida nene o
Ya.
descreve fenomena ida nebe observa. Fenomena iha população rumaga, iha grupo rumaga, iha nebe.
Ya.
Ida neta bolo nara descriptive research, ya. Agora, ida ba fila fali ba hinita kuliah kona ba analytical or explanatory research. Ida nene ita kuliah laos descreve det, mabe ita descreve, mabe ita mos analisa tamba saída no oinsa. How and why. Ita observa, ya, ita for descripção, ita observa no for descripção, mas bem, ita mas for analisa tambah saída how and why fenomena nebe observa ne acontece. Compreende? Ou tu identifica apakah ninia iha organização rumah, apakah iha causa rumah nebe o iha, ya? Ida ne ita bolu nara analytical or explanatory research. Okay? Agora, ida fali, ita colhe com a experimental research. Experimental research nene, a pesquisador nebe halo pesquisa ne, nia halo manipulação ba variável. Contohnya bagaimana? Contohnya ita cara kalau pesquisa atau compara estudante ninya performance entre foti kelas online ou foti kelas yang kampus. Contoh, agora, variável ne kan, variável ne bele manipula, Então, pesquisador ne bele diantang, how tahu estudante balu ne foti kelas online, how tahu estudante balu ne foti, por exemplo, statistik, foti matéria statistik, contohnya. A faite, por exemplo, Gilberta ou Joanina ne foti aula online, Tina ho be nonia ne foti aula, ia on campus. Agora, how compara, ou se dá o exame ne be hanesan, matéria ne be hanesan, how compara haretak si ida ne be maka nilai bot liu. Ida ne kan imi halo eksperimen ni dalos to. Antang ida ne taburo naran experimental research. Okay? Comprende? ¿Vale? ¿Comprende? ¿Y hay preguntas?
Pues, yes. Será que ida experimental research nama?
Experimental research ne banhira hanesa ohalo experimento ida. Exemplo hanesa na ya.
Ya,
Exemplo, waktu estuda kona ba algebra. Contoh ya, por exemplo,
ya,
kita estuda kona ba algebra. Por exemplo, o cara que aprende, apakah estudante ne compreende algebra dia que usa liang inglês makanoringa, usa liang português makanoring.
ya,
Basta. Berarti o insama
ya,
ko hatot dane, o hateni dane, por exemplo, o ya estudante na insa nulo. O fait ya
ya,
na mana estuda algebra usa inglês,
ya,
na lima ne usa
português.
português. Tahu sila? Artinya kan O ya controla, O bele manipula variabel. Manipula dalam arti kata O bele fahe emana hira ma estuda inglês, emana hira ma aprende português.
Da
Estuda
português.
bastante hira. Ah, depois o teste, ida nebe maka compreende algebra dia clio. Ini kan
Okay.
experimento
Experimental.
ida. O anessa
Experiment.
mas, por exemplo, o hemo aimoro. Contoh, o desenvolve aimoro kida. Apakah ema ulung moros ne hemo paracetamol ma lalai sliuga? Hemo amoxicillin ma par di lalai sliuga? O apakah hemo paracetamol amoxicillin kahor malu? Nekan imi halo teste ida, experimento ida.
Experiment.
Okay, ida
Teste.
ne tabolo nara experimental.
Experimental research.
Comprende?
Ya, ya, thank you.
Alright, e pergunta selo. Alright. So next we fali mai pesquisa baseia ba iha data sources, ya, data sources. Kata pesquisa baseia ba dados. Apakah oni pesquisa ne foti dados primária ka kata omak tung rasik ba campo foti pes data rasik o belemos o halo pesquisa ne baseia ba secondary research kata dados ne o foti husi dado existe tene por exemplo foti husi jornal artigo sira foti husi livro foti husi report nebe governo sira publica sai o foti husi database balu nebe iha o imi foti balu husi statistica online nebe imi bele hetan. Nebe primária ne kata involve collecting data om imi ba foti rasik dados rasik ida fali ne baseia ba iha secondary research. Ok? Comprende to?
Ya,
Vale comprende? Alright. Nebe bahira orsida imine tópico ho research pesquisa ida nebe te halo tena nene. Orsida imi se desenvolve tipo research nebe se aplica ba imine contexto nebe ida nebe. Ne orsida imine deliverable one ya. Ok, nebe orsida ana bahira imi halo análise ba data nene. Por exemplo, imi hare ene. Por exemplo, se cara que imi akara compara entre grupo rua, ida ne ita usa bolonarang sample t-test or pair t-test. Ida ne statistica ya. Nebe sema sida foto statistica dia kli foti. Tambah imi se aprende o insama ko usa statistica apply ba o di processa dados. Sekarang o compara entre grupo tolu berarti o aplique ma bolonarang one way ANOVA. O sekarang o akara hare relação entre variável rua ita bolonarang Pearson's correlation. O sekarang o akara compara entre variável rua e depois variável rua ne continuous variable hotu. Continuous variable ne chama estudo estatístico. Chama ne foto estatístico. Gilberta Nunes foi então?
Sim,
Pode,
teacher.
teacher.
E me compreende sair uma continuous statistics. So, galera, tina foto statistics, galera.
sidok, mestre.
Dia que foto tia, né para lá com dalida, beleza, galera.
Tempo maglarmit, mestre.
Okay. But it's very important to understand. So basically, esta nebe psicarek o akar tem relação entre variável rua, no variável ne continua, berarti o tem que usa Pearson's correlation. Sekarang variável ne combinação entre continuous variable hota ordinal data, então o tem que usa Spearman's ranks correlation. Sekarang one variável ne akar compara ne nominal variable hotu keras, berarti itu usa ema bolnara chi-square test of independence. Chi-square test of independence. Buat share hotu, statistical test share hotu, itu se aprende ia materi statistics. Okay? Alright, saya pregunta si tenía aula makto ihaneret ona. Ah, semana hoy mais e a terça ita seja quiz number one sebelum ita ho class, ok? Nebe estuda, favor estuda ela matéria. Depois maka
Ya.
ita